Yo, what's going on everyone? Guiding Light here, and in this one I want to very quickly explain how you can unlock the thundercry blade. Now if you click on the blade, it will tell you to use a blade theft skill, and it will bring up in the map location. It's all the way down here in the south of Kaifen, so you may need to walk all the way here in order to get started on this quest. Now if the region is blacked out for you on the map, that's okay. You can still come over here. It will just be a little bit harder to navigate because the map is blacked out. Now you can fix this by talking to the nearby wayfarer and to unlock the whole region, but a lot of these regions they're already unlocked. It's just that the map progress will not show, which can make it a little bit harder to fast travel into some of these locations. Now, on my way here, it depends what route you take to get here. You may trigger another quest by just simply entering the area. Now, if you do trigger this quest, you don't have to worry about starting it. I don't want to spoil it either, but you can just basically keep walking until you do get to this outpost here. So you're going to keep walking until you find this martial arts camp. Now, once you get here, the quest will not go into your inventory, which makes these a little bit confusing. However, you will still be on the active quest and you'll still see the objective point. What you'll have to do now is sneak through this base and use the martial arts theft as you would to learn any of the other skills. Now, while you're in here, there's going to be 9 secret chests that I will show you guys the locations of. Now, if you guys don't need help with all 9 of the quests, you can look at the document icon in the back of the map, and you can just walk all the way over there if you guys don't want to worry about getting these secret chests and you just want to unlock the weapon. So I'll let the rest of the video play out. Now at the very end, you're going to have to do the skill theft. If you guys want to skip to the end because you don't want to get the chest, that's fine. But because at the end of the video, we are going to be doing the skill theft. Now, like I said, I did skill theft a few more times across the game, and it was pretty easy to get done. But for some reason, this skill theft was extremely difficult. I don't know if it's because it's a higher level weapon or a higher level mission, or maybe because I'm just lower level than the character, but this one took forever to complete. So hopefully this does help you guys out. I'll walk you through all 9 of the chests and the martial arts at the end. So if you just reset yourself, you'll go right back to the beginning of the mission. There's going to be a few checkpoints you can reach along as well, or Well of Haven martial art camp. Now also show you guys where all of the 9 chests are as well very quickly. Now to get started, if you head off to the left side, there should be a chest here, and I'll show you guys the full path that you can take. Now, it definitely took me a while to find all 9 chests. I was about to give up on it. There was 2 that were extremely hard to find, but after that, I actually finally figured it out. So, come on through here, and this is an extremely large martial arts camp, so I'm going to try and make the video as short as possible, but I don't want you getting lost either. So just continue to follow my path, even though I know it is a little bit strung around. Now, another thing that I realized is that when I first started, I was trying to go extremely stealth throughout the whole camp, thinking that these guys were going to find me easily. But I'm going to be honest, these guys are kind of blind, and there's so many easy ways to slip past them. You almost don't even need to be crouched half the time. Also, if you are standing up above their head, they won't be able to see you at all. However, there will be a few guards that are sitting down. I noticed, and that these guards can see you no matter what if you get within a certain range of them. So you have to be careful when you occasionally come across a guard that is sitting across a ledge. There's going to be a few of them, and they can see you from super far away. But all of these other guards, they basically can't see you at all. Even if you stand right in front of them, there's still a good chance that you can simply just slip away from them, as you can see here. So if you follow this path, you'll be able to walk across so long as you are above them. They will not detect you. So follow my path. We're going to go over to some of the other chests, and luckily a lot of them are clustered together. It was just the last couple that took me forever to actually locate. And there's obviously going to be a ton of other ways to get to these locations, so you wouldn't necessarily have to follow my exact route because you can get here from a bunch of different ways. So we should have already gotten the first chest over there from the start. After that, if you followed my path, you'll be here at this wall, and you can get this chest right here. So there's no specific order you need to get these in either, so you can go ahead and get them in whichever order you like. So from there, just continue along my path. We're going to head to the left now. And I was getting up here so that these people don't see me. Now, if you look off to the right here, you'll see one of those guards I was talking about sitting on the ledge, and he's already spotted me all the way from over here. So those guys that sit up on the ledges, those guys can see you. Even if you try and sneak up behind them, they can still see you no matter what if you get within a certain range. So those are the only ones you really have to be careful about. So follow my path once more. There's going to be another chest located just here. I didn't take out too many guards, but I ended up taking out just a few that were in the way. So if you notice, you can click L3 to actually jump across here. And so there's 2 chests that we can grab. There's going to be this one here. But you have to be a little bit careful because of this guard. Now I was trying to see if he would rotate around, but instead I just went and snatched it really quickly because the guard wasn't moving. So go ahead and grab this one, and then you'll notice to the left there, if you jump back across, there's going to be another chest at the lower level. Now you can actually walk across these strings, which is pretty cool. And so you can utilize these to get across, or you can just use the jumping ability. But you'll want to go and grab this next chest first. So before leaving this small area here, you should already have at least 4 of these chests. Now, if we turn to the left, the 5th chest will be right here. You can get it a bunch of different ways. You can use the spell to grab it, or you can just simply jump down and grab it. Keep in mind, if you fail, or if you get caught, you're still going to keep your progress, and there's actually these little checkpoints as well. So sometimes it's almost better just to get caught and reset your character. So for this next one, you can try and use the spell to grab it, but I actually misclicked and ended up just diving down there. Now luckily I didn't get caught and was able to grab the chest pretty quickly, and then to get back up I just got myself caught on purpose to reset my character. So now we'll have 5 out of the 6 of these that should be done. So these were the last 3 that took me forever to find. So if we reset our character now, I'll show you guys where you can now find the rest of these. If we head off to the left side, you can actually walk across this wire again, although it's very, very tricky to do. So I ended up missing it. So either way though, get across this other side here. And this is where I finally realized that half of these guards can't even actually see you. And so you're kind of free to just walk around wherever you want at the end of the day. But if you come over here, you can use these lines to get all the way across into this back corner. You have to be a little careful, at least I did on console trying to use the analog stick. It was almost impossible to get on these wires. But right here, you should find these 6 out of 9. Now, the 7th one took me quite a while to find. So instead of spinning you guys around in circles, I'll just reset your character. And then you can follow this path that I'm taking here. Now, for some reason, you can jump over this wall that has the bricks on it. So just go ahead and spam X across that wall, and you can actually just get right above it. Now, from there, try not to get caught because it's really easy to sort of fall into these guys. But there's another chest right here next to the end. Now, do not start up the ending yet. Don't go into the martial arts skill yet because there's still a few more chests. They were just really hard to find. So I thought they were going to be back here, but they actually weren't. So very quickly grab this chest. You should be at 7 out of 9. Then go ahead and get your character caught, and we're going to reset back to where we were. The reason why is because it took me forever to actually find this last chest, and it's a lot easier to explain if you just come back here. So come across these wires, and you may have thought that this was a dead end, or at least I did, but if you keep heading to the left, there's actually going to be an entire another section which you can access over here. So follow my path once more, and I'll take you guys over to this chest. This one was really, really tricky to find, and I'm not sure if I did it the way that the developers were intending, but either way, guys, we're going to be able to grab this chest using this method. So just continue this way, and you're going to actually be able to get into this house that's back here. You just have to be very careful of some of these guards, and make sure not to get within their radius. Now, if you come all the way back around this wall, you'll notice that there's this house over here. And believe it or not, you actually are able to get inside there. And I ended up getting caught by one of those guards up top that I was talking about earlier that you have to be very, very careful about. But now we will be at this new reset point. And if you follow this route, it's actually extremely easy to get over to this area. But it's very, very hard to get into this house. I ended up actually kind of glitching my way in. So there may be an easier way to get in here, to be honest with you. But with all the guards in the way, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't get myself reset again. So I ended up using this path, but our objective here is that we're going to be trying to get into that house. I'm not really too sure how I was able to literally fall on some of these guards and them not detect me, but it will use that to our advantage. So if you come over here, now the chest will pop up. It'll show you guys that it's inside. And at first, I didn't know how to get in. It's very, very tricky, but there's a little way to get in over here where you do not have to worry about getting detected by the guards. So like I said, there's probably an easier way to do this, but this is just the way that I ended up getting it done. So coming over here to this wall, you can actually just jump onto this balcony from here. And luckily, a lot of the guards did not see me for whatever reason. So once you guys are in here, be careful because there is that one guard there. And then inside this room, there's a ton of guards, but they're all asleep. So you can just walk right past them. It's a very odd quest, I'm not going to lie. But you come down here and there's going to be a guard downstairs. He's awake, but it sort of seemed as if he was blind because I was standing right in front of him, but he'd never detected me. So if you hold R3, you go into the wind sense, it'll actually show you the radius as to where these guards can detect. And so if you're not standing in that radius, they can't see you at all. And so you're kind of good to go off that. But as you can see, this guard's radius is kind of stuck here out the staircase, so I guess it was in his blind spot. You're able to just walk right up and take this guy out, and then you can grab the 8 out of 9 chest. Now, the 9 chest is a lot easier to get to, but it was just as hard to find, so very quickly, I'll show you guys how to finally get this one as well. So if we reset our character again, this chest was really, really hard for me to find, and that's why I was saying I almost gave up on it, but I wanted to make sure to actually grab it. We're going to reset our character again, and we're almost heading back the exact same way we just came from, so you'll notice we're scaling this wall to almost go back to the same building, but this time you want to make a left. You can come up this route, and this one's going to be a lot easier to get to. You don't have to do any weird glitches or anything like that to actually collect it. But come up to this route here, come over to this rooftop. We're actually heading almost back to where we started at the beginning, so I guess maybe I sort of overlooked this one. But like I was saying, this compound's massive, and it's just honestly a little strange to try to find some of these. So if you follow my path, you can stay undetected from the guards. There might be a point where the guards detect you for half a second or so, but if you keep moving, the guards won't try and chase after you or anything, so you just have to get out of their line of sight. Now, there's going to be this chest here. I ended up grabbing it from the backside, so I was able to stay out of the guy's line of sight. Now, from there, you can just go over to the martial arts skill theft and finally finish this one up. So you can just simply reset your character, and now is when you'll want to come over here, back to this objective point where it will tell you to use the martial arts skill theft. Now, this one was extremely hard for some reason, and I almost got it down to the very last second before I completed it. So I'm going to let this gameplay play out, but to explain how this works, you have to press the X button as soon as the yellow circles pop up, and then any other time you just want to sit there and basically watch. So it can be a little confusing. Like I said, I've done these a lot in the past for other skills, but this one for some reason was extremely hard, and I literally brought it down to the very, very last second. So I'll let it play out and hope that it helps you guys out as well, and I will catch you guys in the next one.